It's time now for Sean Pitches Joe, a trade idea he concocted during the podcast. All right, Joe, I have one for you. I know this is your favorite bit. Um, we've talked a little about Colin Sexton. We've talked about the need for some sort of big man help. We've talked about potentially paying to get off of Jakob Poeltl's contract. And I think I have found one that achieves all of that while also getting the Raptors out of the tax, which is going to be a consideration here between now and the deadline. The Charlotte Hornets, they are not good. They have Colin Sexton. They also have Moussa Diabate, who is fine. He is interesting. He's fun. He's like a ball of energy. He's an incredible offensive rebounder. He has like a legitimate plus high-end NBA skill. Gives you a little rim protection, and he costs very little money. Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick, this year's first-round pick, and an added second for Colin Sexton and Moussa Diabate. Who says no?
Run me through the whole framework again.
It's Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick, this year's first-round pick, and a second-round pick for Colin Sexton, who's an expiring $18.9 million contract, and Moussa Diabate, who makes 2.2 this year, and whatever raise comes into that next year. It's not sexy because you're getting probably a talent downgrade if everyone's fully healthy, but you're paying to get off the Poeltl deal.
Yeah, I think I like that more from the Raptors' perspective than from Charlotte's. I think Charlotte is probably the team that says no to that.
Right.
Because, again, it's like, I think the cost of another team eating that Poeltl contract is like minimum this year's first.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how kind of bad things look on that front right now. So, again, that's why I'm like, I wonder if, barring this just being a catastrophic injury that's going to linger throughout the course of this 4-year contract, I think you want to let him play his way back into like at least a neutral value territory. Sure. Maybe that's not possible, but I just think if you're trading him now, you're really probably, well, again, maybe not. Maybe you're not trading him at the nadir of his value, right? Like maybe it can continue to plunge. But it's hard for me to imagine, a situation where you're trading him at a worse time than this. When he's dealing with
he's
this
not
injury.
Just done being an NBA player, one would think, right? Like that would be the worst case bottom percentile outcome. It seems still like we're far away from that.
Yeah, and so if like what you need to do is put him on ice for a few weeks and, hopefully have him come back sometime before February and show you something where if you want to make a move involving him before the deadline, it's not just like you're attaching whatever you have to attach just to get off of the contract, then I think that would be worthwhile. And again, that's why, I think I said this on our last episode. It's like, that's where I'd be more amenable to the idea of just picking up a stopgap like a Day'Ron Sharp. But yeah, if Charlotte would say yes to that deal, I think I would do it as the Raptors.
Yeah, it leaves you with Moussa Diabate as your starting center. But again, we've covered they have other stuff they can do to fill in the gaps. And, this doesn't have to be the final version of the roster either, right? Like you can kind of reevaluate things in the summer.
Well, and then I think it's like if you want to put together a trade package for a long-term starting center, later down the road, I just think that becomes easier without Poeltl's contract clogging up the books and clogging up that position. So, yeah, I honestly think, I don't know, is it crazy to say that would be like getting off the contract like kind of cheaply if it means you're also getting back a decent center in Diabate and a guy who can really help your team right now in Colin Sexton? Like, I know you're including Grady in that deal also, but how many people are going to be like super upset about kind of, just cutting their losses with Grady right now?
Samson folk.
Even Samson, I feel like, is getting like a little bit frustrated. Like, I'm not like opposed to holding on to Grady either and hoping that he can sort of figure it out because I think there's still still a lot of skills that he possesses that can be very helpful for this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, into the idea of just like giving up on a guy who's in his third season and 21 years old. But I wouldn't be heartbroken if he was involved, like going out the door to get that deal over the finish line. So that's not the worst trade you've ever pitched me. I'll say that.
Woo!